Yo, once again, back at you, live and direct on the Saturday and weekend of football, playoff football is here once again. Sitting here chilling with your guy, Benny Boone. Once again this week, we got two more left. You know what I'm saying? It's the one before the last one. You know, we put it all together for the last one for the Super Bowl. So this the last, it's the last big week for us. It's the last time to get them W's. You know what I'm saying? It's chilly out there, Like I said, it was being an undisclosed uptown location, as we usually do it about this time. I mean, it was a good week last week. You know what I'm saying? Playoff football is yielding them W's. Yield them W's left and right. We bring them W's up like we did last year at the end of the year. We could bring that run together. All them other networks, you know what I'm saying? They doing something similar to what we doing, but they ain't saying it like I'm saying it, so it's still all good. 57%, 57% on some of them other networks. You already know we're gonna do better than 57%, even with the season the way it's been, and the team's going the way they have with. Not a lot of superstar power this year, but it's still some star power. It's still some good star power here we got going. You see from the recap board, I mean, we still got good quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying? Still got Matthew Stafford out there, you know what I'm saying? Still got Brock Purdy out there, you know what I'm saying? You got Josh Allen, so you still got prime time quarterback. They might not be the superstar quarterbacks we used to, but as you can see from the board, we were still able to go ahead and lock you in there with two W's. As you can see, the board was set up such that, we was going to get them two or we was going to get that one. If the Eagles, we could have got all three, depending on if the Eagles would have won on that. Then, of course, down here, Ole Miss missed that by about half a point. Then the Steelers didn't come through at all. We was one away. We flipped it. We was 1 for 3 here. We was 3 for 4 here. Diggs, we just flipped the coup and Diggs. We could have locked that in. So it was close on the prop bet situation. And with the over-unders, man, my man from the streets, we tried to come out swinging for y'all, but it didn't go the way it was expected. For both of us snuck in 1 for 4, which brings the season total to 8, 5, and 6. It's a decent showing for your boy. Man from the streets. Figured he was gonna clean up this year, and he's been doing just that. He's got some parlays loaded. Got a parlay loaded up for you this week once again. We'll get into that. Like I said, it's been an interesting run to the playoffs. It's been an interesting run to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? There's still a few teams in there, some veteran teams. Some that's looking to get back to the Super Bowl. Others is just looking to get to the Super Bowl. And it's going to be interesting. It's the thing about parity. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting at the end, and then cap it off on Monday night. We got the champion of the national championship game. As you can see, teams get bigger. You know what I'm saying? As the games get bigger, teams get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Got your parlays loaded up. We got your prop bets going. Got a little bit of everything going today, as you can see. So let's go ahead and start it off. We're gonna kick it off today, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? The first game. It's only really one team that I see. Before I get into this, only one team that I see not actually making the Super Bowl run, and it is the Seahawks. All the other teams pretty much have a shot. And like I told you, I see a couple of things I'm gonna let you know later on. But as far as these number 1 seeds go, both of them play today. And I'm gonna just tell you like this: I see both of them going home today. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm gonna be betting. That's what I'm saying. Probably ain't get that from nowhere else. But yeah, it can't go no other way from we. We got the Bills on the road against the Broncos. Bills, Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying? He been wanting this for a while. He been wanting to have no roadblocks on the way to a Super Bowl. They say he's injured, but at this point in the season, as football goes, everybody's injured right now. So, if you get out there and play, he gonna give it what he got, and that's gonna be a lot. And on the other side of the ball, you got newcomers out there. Not actually newcomers. They did actually make the playoffs last year and lost to the same Bills team in Buffalo in the first round. It was the only other rookie quarterback to make the playoffs. And it didn't work out that well in Buffalo. They said they need to get back to Denver. So this year they back in Denver. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what Bo Nix does. Like I said, he's been known to not come through in the big game this year. They won several close games last year when Kansas City won several close games. They said they wasn't no good. This year, for some reason, Denver wins close games and they're good. So don't understand that logic. Broncos do have a pretty decent D out there. Pat Surtain and them leading out there, and they should be ready to go on the offensive side. They're missing J.K. Dobbins, but R.J. Harvey's been doing good in his stead. I mean, you know, Broncos been doing some good things. I give them a big congratulations for getting that number 1 seed. But I think it's the Bills' time. I don't see it going no other way. I'm personally taking this on the money line, and I'm taking 2.5 points to 5.5 points. The Bills are going to win this game between 3 and 7 points, and that's the way I'm going to be betting. I think the Bills take care of business out there. The defense is just good enough to get it done, and you know that number one ranked rushing offense is going to give the defense fits out there. Look for a tight game, but look for the Bills to take it, to control the game most of the way. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills to win. All right, next game for the night game, we got a matchup. This is a divisional matchup. We got the Niners and the Seahawks. Like I said, you know, it's a lot of NFC West teams out there in the playoffs right now. I'd be surprised if an NFC West team wasn't in the Super Bowl. 3 out of 4 remaining teams are from the West, and the 4th team is the Bears. So, you know, you got to figure, you know, unless the Bears make an incredible run, one of the NFC West teams will be in there. This one is the Niners Seahawks. They split the regular season matchup. Both were low-scoring games. Mostly because as much as it is to be said about Sam Darnold and how good his season is, he's actually led the league in, he's actually 31st in interceptions this year. So he's only Geno Smith and one other guy that's actually throwing more interceptions than him. Tua, Geno Smith and Tua Tagovailoa throwing more interceptions than Sam Darnold. He's a turnover machine that doesn't do well in the playoffs. Defense in the running game does play well in the playoffs, which Seattle does have. So it's more about Sam Darnold just not fucking the game up for his team as much as it is him winning for his team. If he tries to do too much, look for the Niners to take advantage of that. Niners have some pieces. They got some guys. They got some pieces out there. There's a lot of injuries. Kittle's gone for the year. But Trent Williams will be back. CMC is out there. And Brock Purdy is going to be out there. So look for them to establish that running game and keep the Seattle's high-powered offense off the field. I look forward to be another low-scoring matchup here. Another low-scoring matchup like the first two. I look for the Niners to take this one. I don't think Seattle has what it takes to get to that championship round. I think the Niners are battle-tested out there and have great coaching, and sometimes it is about the X's and O's, you know what I'm saying, because it's not really been about the Jimmys and Joes for them. I'm going with the Niners, taking the Niners on the money line and on to cover that spread. All right, our next matchup, the number 1 rated D out here is the Texans. They're going on the road to play the Patriots. They showed you why there's the number 1 D last week. Close game all the way until Monday night. The night games got out of hand. The early games were all within the score, and then the night games got out of hand, including this one, which was a close 10-6 game until a couple of defensive touchdowns by the Texans basically sealed the Steelers' fate. And of course, Mike Thomas stepped down after that, and it was the whole thing. The Patriots took care of business. Another night game against the Chargers. Didn't let the Chargers score too much. Chargers only scored 3 points all game. Like I said, another good coaching effort out there. Good all-around defensive effort, and on both sides of the ball, really, offense, defense, and special teams. Milton Williams coming up with the big sack out there to stop San Diego's chances of a comeback. He'll be out there again this week with the rest of those guys out there, and that D has been doing good. All year has been solid. It's coached by a former Super Bowl champion who also played D, and Mike Vrabel. So no surprises there. There's no surprises if the Patriots win this game. Defense out there with Will Anderson Jr. on the other side of the ball, and the rest of those guys, they're pretty decent. They've been putting up numbers all year. Like I said, two defensive touchdowns last week. I'm not seeing them even get one this week. Drake May looks pretty comfortable back there. He doesn't tend to make too many mistakes, and Texans will look to take advantage. C.J. Stroud's got to really step it up if he's going to look to win this game. I look for it to be another even matchup out there. Back and forth game. It's just after Houston played in that cold environment last week, they're going to another cold environment this week. It might end up taking their toll on them, so I'm going to go with the Patriots to win this on the money line. But I would take Houston by that half a point. Take Houston plus the 3.5, which leads us to the Rams game. Rams and Bears. That's the other NFC West matchup out there, with the Bears with all the momentum coming into the playoffs, winning at a high clip, taking care of business. Williams coming back last week to take care of the division Packers, who have beaten them for years and years. The Rams continue their push to try to get that next Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford also collecting that win last week. They'll be going head-to-head. Another West Coast team going to the East Coast to play in the cold. And yes, it is cold because it is mid-January, so they're going to have to get ready for that. Rams had a similar situation last year, went to go play the Eagles. Almost pulled it off. Had a chance to win at the end. Matthew Stafford couldn't get it done that year. Philly goes on to win the Super Bowl. It's a whole new year. It's the next year. Team has gotten better. Version of them has gotten better. I like the guys they got there on the back end. You know what I'm saying? The safeties and the corners they got back there, they should be ready to go against the Bears. The Bears have players. They have all type of offensive weapons out there. They just need Caleb Williams to get them the ball. You know what I'm saying? DeAndre Swift looks rejuvenated out there since coming from Detroit. It's going to be a back and forth matchup. They got hitters out there in that secondary. They got, you know what I'm saying? They got excuse me. They got good defensive linemen, you know. Then they got Montez Sweat and guys like that on the D for the Bears. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot going on. It's going to be a lot going on out there. I see it being another close matchup, you know what I'm saying? But I think in the end, the Rams do just enough to get this W. I mean, the Rams have been trying to get back to the Super Bowl ever since they beat the Bengals and Aaron Donald was retired. They retooled. They've gotten some weapons out there. Devontae Adams going to be back for his second game, so he should be much better than the first game. Paired along with Nicole and Williams and them. I see the Rams getting it done. Cameron Curl in that back end and Emmanuel Forbes and them. I see them getting it done, taking care of business, and sending the Bears home after a spectacular season. First year coach Ben Johnson should be proud of all he's done, and they should look to build on it. I would take the Bears. Like I said, I'd buy that half a point. Well, I wouldn't buy that. I just leave it. I'd take the Bears plus the points, but I'd take the Rams on the money line, as you're going to see on the board. And that leads us to the college football championship. Miami made it. The team that I say had the best quarterback, you see, is yielded dividends. We went with them every time but once, and they took care of business at Ohio State. Nobody seen that coming. They definitely took care of business. They've been taking care of business all season, besides after those two losses. Playing the Indiana team, who was 26-2 in the last 2 years. The coach has taken the worst Power 5 conference team and turned them into true winners out there. Probably the evident number one pick on the team. Miami has people going to the NFL left and right. So does Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Even though not 5 stars, they would still go guys like Surratt and Black, and you know Miami. You know they've got the big offensive linemen and defensive linemen out there, and Carson Beck is back in the number 1 first round conversation. So it's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be an interesting game with the young guy Tony out there. The young, you never know what he's gonna do. Had a spectacular touchdown last week for Miami, hoping to duplicate those efforts this week. It's just going to be an interesting game. People have been saying Miami could do this, Miami could do that. They're going to have all the players. They're going to have Ed Reed. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have Jason Taylor. They're going to have Ray Lewis. They're going to have the memory of Sean Taylor hanging over them. So, you know, they're going to give it all they got. They're definitely going to give it all they got. The spread is 8.5. But this guy, Coach Signetti, is getting the most out of players who are average to above average. There's no stars on this team, but they are rolling over everybody. And I don't see that stopping. So I don't see him getting scared in the big game to continue to do what he does. The coaching on all phases of the game has been spectacular for these guys, and I don't see it really going all the way. I see Indiana taking this, winning this championship, and maybe seeing Signetti in the NFL at some point soon. Miami had a great season. You know what I'm saying? Michael Irvin and them on the sideline. You're gonna be on the podcast after this, talking about how great they did, and they did do great, spectacular year. It's gonna elevate a lot of people into the NFL game with these wins. That's the importance of having these wins, so you can get that media exposure and get to the next level. I do see Miami covering the spread in this one, which will lead us to the parlay board for this week. Parlays gonna be tight like they were last week because there are not that many of them. So here we go. First parlay. We got the Bills on the money line. We got the Patriots on the money line. We got the Niners with the spread, and we got the Rams on the money line. Second parlay is going to feature Indiana with the spread, the Bears with the spread. Went on ahead and just threw Seahawks in on the back door just in case our parlays don't work out. Seahawks on the money line and the Texans with the spread. Third parlay features Miami with the spread, the Patriots on the money line, the Rams on the money line, and the Bears to stay in it with the spread and cover that. Well, fourth parlay will be the Bills on the money line, Indiana on the money line, the Texans with the spread, and the Niners also with the spread. All right, our anytime touchdown score prop bets goes as such for this week. We was close last week, so we're gonna see if we can get it done. We got Josh Allen. I don't know how I slipped that last week. Not gonna slip it again. We got Puka Nacua. Did good for us last week along with Swift. Both of us got us in there. We can keep him there. And we went with R.J. Harvey, the running back from Denver. On the other side, we got Jackson and Jigba. You know what I'm saying? He's always good for one. We got Kyle Williams from last week. He took care of business. We got we snuck Zach Charbonnet in there this week. He's known for getting those close touchdowns. And CMC not to get shut out again like he did last time these two played. Looking for a better effort from him. All right, on our over-under side of the board, I'll let you know right now, my man from the street said, hey, we're going under on everything. Once again, we're going under on everything. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's been a pretty solid bet for him. It's yielded some good results, some bad results. So we're gonna see. Like I said, we you know, I'm not going all over. We got everybody doing their own thing. These last 2 weeks. So my boy, I got a couple others too. The only difference, I got over with the Bills of Denver. I got under with the Niners, Seahawks, under with Houston and the Patriots, and the under with the Rams and the Bears. And then I went over in Indiana, Miami. Figure, but no matter which way it go, whoever be close than that, they gonna cover that. So they when they score 50 on Monday night. All right, so there you have it. There you go. There's all the picks. You know, we got a McCole Hardman sighting. We got a Brandon Cook sighting. We got Curtis Samuel sighting. You know what I'm saying? That first game. So look out for that. They said they ain't had no receivers. Those guys are pretty decent. I don't know. It's going to be some upsets for sure because it's been an interesting season and all these games have been going not the way we expected. But, you know, hey, as long as we crank out the W's for you, you know, keep the production moving. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sponsors can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's been another week. Hood money, let's put it in. You know what I'm saying? Let's win again. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, it's another year and we here, you know? We're going to try and get this money, and ain't nothing funny when it comes down to that. Because, hey, that's all we about here, Hood Money. Making them wallets fatter and making that smile wider. That's all we can do. That's all we can do. That's all we want to do. Is Benny Boom, like, comment, subscribe. We out of here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get ready to go. But as always and as usual, take time once again to get that money.